Good afternoon and hello world. I'm Maya Sundermeyer and I'm going to welcome you to the latest episode of my blog series. I do four things in my blogs, and the first one being I share my experiences of what it's like to live on the spectrum. Other times I like to give my 2 cents as to what's going on with autism in the media. A third thing I will do is start giving tips to individuals on the autism spectrum and to their peers and their friends and their parents and to other family members and to the teachers and to therapists and job coaches, case managers, and the like. And another thing that I do is I like to also cover topics that I am passionate about that have absolutely nothing to do with autism whatsoever. And in this blog, I'm going to do a little bit of both, of share my experiences of what it's like for me to live on the spectrum. I think I'm probably going to take the first minute talking about that, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the time giving tips. So what I want to do is I want to reach the teenage girl population in the autism community, and I wanted to share a story. So, like most of you, I went through adolescence. I was your age. I went through all of the pressures, drama, and culture difference changes that an adolescent girl does. And like everybody else, I began to develop, and I was required to wear a bra. I had to wear deodorant, and I was required to have sanitary napkins and everything else. And I was also constantly steered away from other conversations that had absolutely nothing to do with Disney. And I was constantly told, hey, you're too old for this, or hey, you're too old for that anymore. That's more something that your sister could do. Other things that went on was I was entering junior high, and suddenly people around me didn't want to hear about the Lion King. I mean, I would constantly walk down the halls and people would chant the words, Simba's dead, Simba's dead. I had my special education teachers nagging at me for not being adolescent enough. And, I also had a close friend. When she hit puberty, she started acting like she, was more important because she was a teenager and I was still emotionally a young girl. And I remember one time I went to stay with her and her first boyfriend and his friend, and all she wanted to do was spend time with them, and she also made fun of me, and everything just went downhill friend-wise with them. And then even in my special education class, I had other kids with human detour systems that were not on the spectrum that wanted to mature and be adults. They were interested in things like hockey. They were interested in writing creative stories. They were interested in art. One of them was interested in the Beatles. And I was still interested in my Disney stuff. And of course, at that time, I felt very bad about myself. I felt like I didn't fit in. I felt like the laughing stock of junior high and the laughing stock of my friends. And I just felt very inwardly insecure and just couldn't trust anybody. So anyway, I'm sorry I went over on my stories, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to start giving tips. Okay, girls, what you need to know is that your bodies are changing, and I know that you guys have things that you don't like based on discomfort. I know for me, I hate bras. And I remember the first time my mother tried to make me wear one, I tried to get away from her, and she forced the bra on me and snapped the clasping back at the age of 12 when I was in 6th grade. And I remember it was a nightmare. And I remember everybody talking about they didn't want my breasts hanging out. And I just thought hey, you're forcing something on someone that doesn't feel comfortable with this. I also don't like wearing sanitary napkins. I don't like the padded feel. I don't like padded feeling anything. So anyway, I don't really want to go gruesome because there are guys watching this, and I know that this is public, but that bothered me. So what I do now as an adult is I wear camisoles with built-in support because it gives me enough support, with the comfort. And they have those anywhere. I also, what was it? I also have this advice for you. I mean, for you parents. Okay, yes, I know that your daughters are going through a time of change. I know that you're trying to steer her into being someone she's not. Stop it, okay? Hey, don't you dare try to take her away from things that are related to cartoons, or don't take away things that she normally likes. Instead, get her, encourage her to join all kinds of clubs at school. Like, they probably have an anime club, or if they have an art club, get her involved in art club. Get them involved in the things of the special interest, because the kids won't tease you. I also have some advice for you friends out there. So, okay, I know that you're reaching adulthood, and I know that some of you don't understand. I think it's wise for you at the age of 12, 13 years old. I mean, you can read, right? The best thing for you to do is pick up any books on autism, and I would recommend looking up Jennifer Cook O'Toole's resources, which is Ask for Kids, because I myself have not written any books. I just have my blogs. So she has several things for adolescent girls, and I think it might be really wise for you as teenagers that are not on the spectrum to read those. And for those of you that have boyfriends, I think you also need to educate the boyfriend and his family and say, hey, I have a friend with autism, and they're behaving X while I'm behaving Y, and here's exactly why and how and when and where. And just do what you can. But you also need to set boundaries with your friend and let them know, hey, I'd like to spend time with my boyfriend. We can spend some quality time together. And you also, as parents, you want to teach your teenage child what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. I mean, yes, they can still like cartoons, but you need to steer them away from the excessive talking and help them turn those hobbies into special interests that maybe they could apply to school one day. Like in my case, I could have gone into animation. So, anyway, if you have any questions or comments about this blog, I'd love to hear from you. And also, if this is your first time, you are more than welcome to subscribe. I have over 150 videos on autism and Maya Sundermeyer. Until next time, I'll see you later.